What's up, Zox fan? We're back with some more Etheria Restart. Now, we're going to be getting into a character overview of the Beacon Conductor Obol. This is definitely one of my favorite characters within the game, and I would argue is going to be extremely strong and maybe even become one of your favorites in the game. Now, when we're actually looking at what this character does, looking at the skill 1, the Water Ball, Obol swings his staff and shoots water balls at this single enemy, dealing 240% damage with a 40% chance to inflict one stack of 2 turns of DOT. Now, of course, obviously, as you can see, he's going to be a dot damage dealer, and this ultimately makes it to where it's a fairly easy character to utilize because the dot itself is going to be doing the damage because it's based off of the opponent's HP and 4% of their HP to be more specific. Now, where things start to get a little interesting with this character is the Hydro Beam. So Obol summons water pillars and imposes a curse on all enemies, dealing 210% damage with a 60% chance to convert 2 random buffs into 2 stacks of DOT for 1 turn. This makes him the only character in the game that not only is able to convert your buffs, but also turns them into damage against you. So this is something that actually can be quite oppressive and works extremely well in both PvE and in PvP. And then when we're looking at his skill 3, the Shadow Wave, Obol summons huge and dark waves, dealing 3 hits of 80% damage to all enemies. Each hit has a 75% chance to inflict 1 stack of 1 turn dot, and there's a 30% chance to inflict a turn of stun. I promise you guys, 30% on this many hits has a high probability of landing. And with him not only being able to AoE stun, but also being able to apply dot AoE, it makes him excellent for wave clearing. It makes him excellent for any of the content that ends up being like, for example, Doki Doki, where you have a boss that basically just sends enemies at you. Even the tower, you're going to see a ton of value wherever he can apply dot, and even more so where he can apply stun, so his enemies just don't even get to go. That can be very, very oppressive for a skill kit. Now, as far as module recommendations, Obol is very straightforward. You want him to go as fast as possible and land as many debuffs and convert as much as he possibly can. So Swift Rush is going to definitely be an easy go-to on a 12 matrix bonus, giving you a speed value increase of 35%. And yes, this will work from early game all the way into end game. You're going to have the Strive set, which gives a defense increase of 10%. And after being attacked, it will increase your strike prep by 10%. And then you'll also later on be able to utilize ones like Swift Smite, which will give you a speed increase of 15%, as well as an effect accuracy increase of 20%. Now, when we're actually talking about the main stat and substats that you want to actually aim for this character, right now, off rip, I'll tell you, effect accuracy, you want crit rate, and you want attack bonus. Those are going to be some of the main ones that you can prioritize with this character, but it ultimately will depend on how you want to build Obol. If you want him a little bit tankier, then you can drop the attack and maybe go for some HP. Or if you want to prevent him from being debuffed, then you can go for things like effect res. It's entirely up to you. Now, when we're actually looking at substat values, I would definitely say speed is king. So as much speed as you can possibly get on this character is going to be essential. Crit rate would be really nice. Of course, attack subs. And then from there, I would definitely say effect accuracy would be very, very important for this character. Now, of course, from there, if you want to alternate it to be more tanky, then you can go for more bulk, which would be defense, HP, effect accuracy, and then, of course, from there, still speed. So again, it is ultimately up to you. Now, getting into our skill prioritization, we're going to be starting out with skill 2 here, where in the first node, it increases the damage multiplier to 190%. The second node will increase the chances of buff conversion to 60%. The third node will increase the damage multiplier to 210%. And the very last one here will increase the maximum number of convertible buffs to 2. Then when looking at the next one here, which will be the third skill, the first node is going to increase the damage multiplier to 75%. The second node will increase the chances of inflicting a dot to 75%. Then from there, the third node will increase the damage multiplier to 80%. And then lastly, you can further increase the chances of inflicting a stun to 30%. Now from there, lastly, you have the skill 1, which in the first node increases damage multiplier to 220%. The second node is going to increase the chances of inflicting dot to 40%. The third node is going to increase the damage multiplier to 240%. And then lastly, the final node will increase dot duration to 2 turns. Now, as far as shell recommendations, I would definitely say some of the ones that you go after in Shadowrunner would definitely be Unbridled Science, Star, the Mermaid Princess, Black Flag, Shanghai Jing, Blizzard, Gigabyte, Alicorn, Codex of Magic. Now, getting into our infamous pros and cons on Obol, I would definitely say one of the things that makes him absolutely insane is the fact that he can AoE stun lock an entire party while also applying dots so it's forcing them to take HP percent damage. Now, on top of that, he also is one of the few characters in the game that can also convert buffs, which is also a form of buff dispelling, if you want to say it's that. But the fact that he will convert it into more damage, which again is still HP percent damage, again makes him absolutely insane for any wave clearing content in any scenario where you're able to land dots. Now, of course, with that, I would definitely say that that does kind of fall into some of his cons. And really the biggest con is, just simply put, if he can't land dot, then he becomes quite useless. And actually, at that matter, his kit just doesn't work. So that's kind of the double-edged sword to a character like Obol. He's either extremely OP or he's extremely useless. So there's a lot of different things to kind of consider with that. So with all that being said, I hope that that was able to give you guys a better understanding of the Beacon Conductor Obol, and maybe even a way that you can maybe apply him to your composition. So with all of that, guys, definitely let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Etheria Restart content like this. But that's going to be that with this one, guys. Everyone, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.